Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and on this episode, we're gonna talk about Oregon. Now, Oregon, as you may or may not know, decriminalized controlled substances and has allowed for the production and regulation of psilocybin that's found in magic mushrooms. Now, before you run out to Oregon and order yourself some shrooms, I've got to break this down for you. There's two separate laws at play here. This was not just one single measure passed. There were two measures, 109 and 110. Let's talk about 109. 109 was regarding psilocybin, that is what's found in magic mushrooms. And it set up a regulatory scheme. That is an administrative process by which the state will regulate the distribution, manufacture, and oversight of products containing psilocybin, which could be mushrooms or any other fungi, as they say. And that process will be similar to how they regulate cannabis in Oregon, Colorado, Washington, and many other states that have entered into similar regulatory schemes. However, the thing that people should note is they have to go under a 2-year development phase. That's right, a development phase that goes from January 1st, 2021 until December 31st, 2022. And during that period, they cannot sell psilocybin products. So you're not gonna be able to go out and buy your shrooms on January 1st. You're going to actually have to wait till January 1st, 2023. It's a little bit of a wait, guys. Let's switch gears and talk about number 1010, and that is the decriminalization of controlled substances. Now, under this particular measure, they've taken possession, that is the physical possession of small amounts, and we'll get back to that, small amounts of controlled substances, and move those from misdemeanors or felonies down to civil citations. A civil citation is a $100 fine or a state-mandated health assessment. So you undergo a statutory process in which you go under assessment, it's regulated by the statutes, and you pass that and be relieved of the $100 fine, or you could just pay the $100. Now, it's key to know that while possession of a small amount has been moved to a misdemeanor, possession of a large amount can still count as distribution or even manufacturing. Therefore, if you're found with a ton of cocaine in Oregon, you are not going to get a civil citation. You are going to get a distribution charge levied against you if you are caught by the police. One other thing you should note is that both with 109 and 110, we have no idea what the federal government would do with this. Now, with marijuana, we had a very famous memo by Jeff Sessions called the Cole Memorandum. And in this memorandum, Jeff Sessions said the federal government will not enforce laws and interfere with the production of marijuana in states where it's been legalized. What the Cole Memorandum did was it allowed banks officially accept funds from cannabis producers in states like Colorado and Washington and Oregon. Previously, these producers had been stacking their money in houses. They'd be trying to buy real estate. They'd be doing things so unorthodox because they couldn't put their money in banks. It's not clear whether the federal government will allow that with psilocybin. And the same thing goes with all other controlled substances. There's no history with other controlled substances on how the federal government will enforce those drug laws and whether or not they might decide to crack down. Once again, most drugs are still Schedule 1 or Schedule 2, which is they have no legitimate medical use or a limited medical use. And the government could still enforce laws related to those specific drugs. Therefore, the government could still enforce regulations regarding those controlled substances. Therefore, we have no idea what they will do when they see various hard controlled substances, Schedule 1, Schedule 2, appearing in Oregon. They could decide to crack down hard. They could let it slide. We have no idea. Until then, don't rush off to Oregon. Before you do, make sure you consult an Oregon attorney who's able to give you the accurate and up-to-date advice on this ever-changing area of law. But until then, this episode is adjourned. Thank you.